KLS is a lab school, and as a lab school, we want to try out and experiment with things. Now, there was a clear hypothesis from the beginning that if we create more open spaces, it'll create more collaboration, not just amongst students, but also amongst the faculty and the staff.
Our vision is designing global student learning experiences and making them accessible to the world. So the learning space is within the architecture of learning and plays a vital role.
It's not only that the learning space needs to be reflective of the pedagogy, it's that the learning space is a part of the pedagogy.
I think the school space itself actually reflects the community because it's open and there's lots of different options and it's your choice like where you work.
I like that we get to choose what goals we get to set.
We have a lot of freedom. We can do things on our own.
I enjoy my work here, and because I get to choose my goals, it makes me want to come here more.
One of the great things about the learning space is that students have freedom and ownership over their space as well as their time.
We can really set up the learning space any way we want. If you walk through the space, you'll see kids working on the floor, working at desks, working at big tables.
We wouldn't have even considered that as an option if we hadn't had the furniture that we do. We have breakout rooms that they go to when they're meeting in small groups or one-on-one with an instructor.
I think it's important to make sure that you have the right furniture that supports the different sizes and ages of the children.
Sometimes I don't like staying still all the time, and it's very hard to stay still.
That's a way to show that we respect who they are and how they learn.
I think I'm learning because the more independent I grow, the more I do, and the more focused I am. The more focused I am, the more I work. The more I work, the more I learn.
So the fact that our students from a young age have to learn to set goals, to manage time, to adjust on the fly, to determine their own priorities, that to me is the kind of learning for life that we want our kids to have.
Imagine the adults you will become because you get to practice this as kids.
That's so inspiring for us to see how much ownership and how much responsibility they actually take for their learning. And that drives me as well because that's how I lead my team.
If you create more open spaces, you do have more collaboration. You do have older students modeling behavior for younger students. You do see students helping each other.
The students are on all different levels. Some you can teach and some can teach you.
We're not bound to anything in our space, so it feeds into everything else that we do. Our instruction, our relationships, our goal setting, everything that we are about.
So it's just really important to me to reach teachers who are in their classrooms just banging their heads against the wall, trying to make an old model work for them in this new century with new kids. So it's just really important that we share as much as we can.
So I'm hoping that in 10, 15, 20 years, a lot of what we're talking about at KLS isn't going to seem at the leading edge. It's going to seem, oh yeah, that's the best practice. There's nothing we would want to see more than this type of model gaining more and more traction.